Great Tuesday, March 22nd, in the year of the Almighty and infinitely divine source of all creation, which is you. You, my friend, are the grand architect of life. You are the designer, the creator in the flesh. The creator of all manifested itself as you to be in creation, co-creating just as the creator created all. That is all you is. You are but a physical extension. One of the trillions upon trillions of material manifestation, physical extension of that infinite intelligent source of consciousness and all existence in time. Today, I wanted to talk about, just quick talk about imagination, visualization, and gratitude. The emotion that one feels when a desire is fulfilled, right? And why did I want to talk about this today? Well, as I was coming to my sister's house, I was getting back to my sister's house, my nephew was walking, going somewhere. I don't know where he was going. But as I pieced him, you know, gave him the blessings on his little walk wherever he was going. I told him, I saw the way that he was walking, and I just told him, walk like you got $1 million in your bank account right now. Vision is the genesis of all things. As the good book would say, without a vision, the people perish. Without vision, we have no hopes. And without hopes, we have no aspirations as to what to believe, as though there can be something better than what there already is. So I told him, because I hear, you know, I hear how my sister, how my mother, how other people express themselves, you know, as they relate to him, and how other people, for example, relate to other young adults. My nephew's about to be 19, right? I was at that age. So I had to talk with my sister about that as well today. I was like, instead of feeling emotions based on what you see, imagine something better. Don't waste your imaginative power, your creative power, that God-given power, the ability given to each human being to imagine, to let your emotions guide your imagination based on what you see about your son. Because what you see right now and how you feel towards him reminds me of how reminds me of the feelings that I felt resonating from my own mother when I was 17, 18, 19, and I started to smoke weed, you know? And that's what pushed me away. That's what pushed me. That was one of the factors, right? That was one of the many contributing factors that that pushed me into the military, into the Marine Corps, one of those was the the vision of disappointment and the disappointing energy that I would feel coming from my mother, right? It made me recognize not just that, but many other factors, right? The way I behaved in the streets, the things that I was doing, these many factors put many things into perspective, that I needed discipline and that I lacked discipline, and that in the streets I wasn't going to get that discipline. And I went into the Marine Corps with only an image, a slight image of what I wanted to be. I didn't know much about visualization, much about the power of gratitude, but I had an image. I had in my imagination, I wanted to be something somewhat similar to what I would see in the Marine Corps commercial of the young nobody climbing up the mountain and reaching the mountaintop to receive his Eagle Globe and Anchor, the dress blue uniform, and the sword, and the legion of other gentlemen alike, with status, with discipline, with a level of prestige that isn't achieved, or what it appeared isn't achieved by many, right? So that was the only image that I had in my mind, was that devil dog, that Tuffelhunden, that Marine, in a pristine uniform, looking, just embodying the qualities of what a masculine man, masterful of himself, looks like, right? I never visualized anything else but that. I just wanted to be that and a badass. So when I saw my nephew today, I was like, yo, walk like you got $1 million in your pocket, bro. Like you got $1 million in the bank and you got somewhere to be. All right? Don't be moping around through life. I don't want to see that. I didn't say all of that, but I just told him, like, yo, walk like you got $1 million, and I just kept it moving. He kind of smiled, but I know that subconsciously that's going to replay. And I'll feed into that later on this weekend, when we go do some extracurriculars. I'm gonna dedicate some time to him this weekend. But yeah, family, there are many in the good book. Going back to the good book, good book in many places is seen that the Lord creates that which is seen from that which is unseen. And we, as extensions, each individual one being an independent individual antenna, receiver through which the infinite intelligence of life experiences life subjectively through, we have this same co-creative power. And so we create things from our imagination. We imagine them, we visualize them, and then when they come into fruition, we express appreciation and gratitude for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I've heard the kind of like the life of some of the talks by Schwarzenegger, he talks about how when he used to live in wherever it was, Germany or wherever it was that this guy is from, he didn't know, he used to work on a farm, on his parents' farm, and he didn't see himself as a farmer and just doing what everybody else in his town did. And one day he saw in a magazine, he saw the image of this individual that was a Mr. Olympia or a bodybuilder and also an actor. And he was like, I want to do that, right? So he gained an image of what he wanted to do with his life. They had the same kind of physical build, and that image impressed upon him that he didn't just want to be a regular ordinary individual. He wanted to aspire for extraordinary things. And so that image of that imprinted in his subconscious, and his visualization of him having already achieved the task, having the task already completed, and his appreciation for what he wanted to be, feeling those emotions of having already achieved the image in his mind, allowed him to get there, right? So he had an image. He visualized how it would feel to have that success, and feeling the success, he had the mindset of gratitude that gave him the attitude to go about taking the actions that would make that outcome possible. True. Make that outcome true. You get what I'm saying? And that's how we need to learn how to live. You get what I'm saying? Another similar story is Mike Tyson. You get what I'm saying? He didn't see himself as much growing up, but through the guidance of another individual, right, that impressed upon his mind that he was a champion. Because sometimes you're not going to be able to do this alone in life. A lot of the times, you're never going to be able to do this alone. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come out the womb walking and like taking care of yourself like other animals in nature, right? Some of us, a lot of us mammals, we're going to need the assistance of others around us. So, a lot of the times it's going to take somebody else's belief in you for you to be able to start believing in yourself. And so with Mike Tyson, it was Castiamato, his trainer, his coach, the individual that, provided for him much of the philosophy that this man still in his 50, from 18 years old, still lives by. And that he for a moment lost track of, and he himself, attests to this, but then eventually he came back too. But somebody had a better image for this young man than he himself had for himself. And that image sparked this young man's imagination and visualization, his dreamings, his wishes, his desires, his visions, that gave him goals and directions and motives that motivated him to actions that, he is still known as one of the greatest boxers to ever step in the ring. The youngest to win a world champion, heavyweight. And his appreciation for all these things is reflected in his attitude every day. And how he speaks, both of these individuals, how they speak about the things that have, give them motives that motivate them to actions that make them feel fulfilled and appreciative and relieved about what they can do in life and what life has allowed them to experience and do for themselves and others around them. And so, these are the kind of things that I seek to make myself aware of, and to also make the youth in my sphere of influence aware of itself, so that, when opportunity presents itself, they're not lacking in the mindset to understand what skill sets need to be refined and acquired based on their own uniqueness, so that they can take advantage of those opportunities. Because, that's what I see being lacking in our society today. Is a lack of direction because of the lack of imagination, because of the circumstances and paradigms that have been set around us that keep us out of focus with our true purpose in life, which is to experience life to the best of our potential by being of value to life and being a service to others and seeking to awaken the highest qualities and skill sets and capabilities that are dormant within each and every one of us. Because we see even autistic children excelling in some physical, mental capacity. Even emotionally, they give more love than many, more attention than many people. You get what I'm saying? So your imagination is powerful, family. Your imagination is powerful. Visualization is very powerful. And so is gratitude, the parent of all other virtues, as some great writer came up with that phrase right there. Gratitude is the parent of all other virtues. You know what I'm saying? It gives rise to the attitude that truly takes advantage of the greatest possible, things that happen in life, the opportunities that come into our lives, because we're in a constant state of gratitude. So we're looking for more things to be appreciative of and to value. Because an ungrateful attitude values nothing. It doesn't recognize value. It doesn't have that capacity. It is lacking in the attitude. But through gratitude, through appreciation, we are relieved. We are relieved of this mindset of lack. And through appreciation, through gratitude, we are made aware of a mindset of abundance. You get what I'm saying? And so rather than our cup always seeming half empty, it is always more than half full. And so we have the energy to properly express motions in the universe. Our emotions are in alignment with the image of ourself and the lifestyle that we want, that we have in the forefront of our mind's eye, in our vision. Our vision is clear. It is unclouded. It is not clouded by the social conventions that may distract us. The various mediums of misinformation, disinformation, manipulation, you know what I'm saying? Control, distraction. So, when our vision is clear, these distractions, these mediums that serve to misdirect us and, ill direct us, they can serve to our advantage. We can use them in ways that serve a greater purpose to us. We can use them as example or as tools. But it all starts with our mindset. The image that we have of ourselves. Having vision and appreciating those qualities within us that allow us to take advantage of the opportunities that are available to us at every moment of time and in every point of space that we have, this blessed, fortunate opportunity to take advantage of life. But other than that, that's all I wanted to come here to talk about. Walk as though you are what you wish to be. Do the things that you wish to be doing later. Do what you can now. Give now. Provide now. Serve now to the best of your ability in whatever it is that you do, so that you are never falling short to yourself as well. All right? Continue to be of the greatest possible value to the greatest number in the highest of spirit at every moment of time that you find yourself and in every point of space. Provide the greatest possible quantity and the very highest possible quality of service that you can provide in whatever field of endeavor you decide to place yourself in, or that you currently find yourself in. So that whenever you get to where you wish to be, you continue to function at that level and comfort and complacency does not set in. Have a great evening, family. Remember to imagine the unseen as though it is seen and visualize it. And remember to feel the emotions that you would feel having already achieved and received your wishes, and feel it with gratitude to that greater source of which is you. One love.